Hi, my name is Astrid Pacheco, and I will be going over the career field of a nurse practitioner. In this video, I'll just be going quickly over what they do, what it takes to get there, what is necessary to get there, and just basic general information about the whole career position itself. Okay, so first things first, what does a nurse practitioner actually do? So they can perform physical exams, they can diagnose and treat illnesses and injuries, they can order and interpret diagnostic tests, and they can prescribe medications and treatment plans. For the last point, prescribing medications, that does depend on what state you live in. Currently, in the United States, there's only 20 states that allow nurse practitioners to actually prescribe medication treatments, and Florida is not one of them. So that does, like I said before, vary from state to state. But these 4 points are just basic general stuff that they can do. Nurse practitioners can do so much more. They can actually teach. They can actually do administrative work, such as run the nurses in a hospital. They are also sometimes the main people or the primary person that someone sees when they go into hospitals, such as like emergency rooms or anything. They can actually do pretty much the same thing that physicians can do, just in less amount of time that they go to school. So education. First things first, if anyone is interested in becoming a nurse practitioner, they first have to earn their bachelor's degree in nursing. That can take up to about 4 years. After that, they can start to apply for, after the bachelor's in nursing, they can apply to get into a master's program of nursing. And a master's is actually the minimum degree requirement required to become a nurse practitioner, and that can take up to 2 years after the BSN has already been achieved. Nurse practitioners can actually have a specialty that they can choose to go into. It could be geriatrics, family medicine, surgery. It just depends on what they are interested in. And there is also an option to further the education of a nurse practitioner, and they can actually hold their doctorates in nursing. And that requires like a lot more clinical work, a lot more research hours. And with that degree, they can actually teach. And their licensing. So first they must pass their NCLEX exam to become a registered nurse, and that's after they've already completed a bachelor's degree in nursing, after they completed the whole program. And then they also, once they finish their master's program, like I said before, they can have a specialty. And depending on the specialty depends on what kind of certification they get. So, for example, if they want to specialize in geriatrics, there's a board specifically for geriatrics that determines the whole certification process to be able to practice geriatrics. So they just gotta go into the board. They have to go into the board and actually pass that exam provided by that board. The renewal is every 2 years. So within those 2 years, they also have to get a certain number of continuing education hours. And for nurse practitioners, 24 hours are required before they can renew their license every 2 years. And those hours could usually include HIV and AIDS treatment, human trafficking, stuff like that. So pay and job outlook. So the Florida average pay for a nurse practitioner is $99,930, and the average salary in Tampa as of about 2017-2018 is $93,590. That does depend. So income does depend on work experience. Depends on. It varies on state to state. It also depends. When I was doing research, I also saw that it, depending on the specialty, could also determine whether a nurse practitioner gets paid a little more or a little less. And it is a position that is expected to grow 31% through 2026, which is faster than average on other, as compared to other job positions. And for more information, associations such as the American Association of Nurse Practitioners and the Florida Association of Nurse Practitioners would be very useful tools. I saw on both their website that they hold meetings. They'll hold meetings and conventions that help bring other nurse practitioners together, help you make connections and stuff like that, like professional connections. And this is my career timeline. So as of right now, fall 2018, I am a volunteer. I am still currently finishing up my bachelor's degree, and I am volunteering and putting on my resume so that when I graduate from USF, I can get a job. My expected graduation date is in summer 2019, and after that I will start applying for jobs that I am qualified to do with my health science degree. Hopefully in the year 2020 I can apply to the Rasmussen College Accelerated Technical Bachelor's program in nursing. And that is an 18-month course, so I would hopefully be expected to graduate in the spring or summer of 2020. And after I graduate from there, I can take the NCLEX exam and state license exam so that I can begin practicing as a registered nurse here in Florida. And after I get that degree in nursing, I would hopefully start to work in a local hospital here in Tampa, and I would start saving up so I can prepare and take courses to get my master's in nursing so that I can become a nurse practitioner. And then these are just some of the references and sources that I use to get all this information. Thank you so much.